I'll be sorry to see you leaving us, Billy. Everyone here at the Institute has so enjoyed your company, but we all knew this day would come. We just didn't know that it'd be so soon. You must be pleased with your lawyer's efforts. He sounded quite pleased that the court upheld his petition of appeal, citing some obscure case from the 1930s. Though I don't pretend to know that much about the law, we can both feel vindicated. The system does indeed work. It saddens me to have to say that this will be your last stay with us. However, with the judge's reduction of your term on that technicality and Dr. Reynolds' testimony stating your competence, there's no more to be said. The 6.5 years you spent here at the Institute went by far too quickly. Tomorrow, you begin a new life. An officer will pick you up and take you to the courthouse to sign the final papers. Unfortunately, I must warn you, Billy. There are forces outside that don't wish you any kind of happiness. They might even try to bring back some of your bad dreams. You won't allow that, will you? We both know that you're not the same person you used to be. You are cured, Billy Kincaid. Others may not want to believe that, but the staff and I have always been impressed with your model behavior. Always the gentleman. Yes, your time here has been so rewarding, so uneventful, so therapeutic.
So convincing.
Sir, please keep your voice down.
Before you go, the judge wanted me to remind you that you're not to have any contact with the dead girl's parents. I have assured them to put their worries aside, and that they will have your full cooperation. Do you understand, Billy? Billy! Yes. Well, looks like you're overwhelmed by the whole procedure. That's perfectly understandable. I must admit, this was all rather sudden for me, too. But we are all satisfied by the end result. So, I guess that just about wraps things up. Dr. Reynolds and I will have our reports available in the morning. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock sharp. Is there anything you'd like to say, Billy?
I don't care how satisfied everyone is. That man's a friggin' sicko! Slaughtered the kid so bad it took 6 experts to finally identify the girl. We nailed his ass for just the one murder. I'm not happy, Twitch, but it's the only time we caught him flat. Just look at his eyes! And tell me that man's cured.
Time. Tomorrow, it becomes my friend. Tomorrow, I live again. I've been such a good boy, always doing what I'm told, always being a gentleman. But I never forgot, never stopped thinking about it. Yes, I've been so patient and understanding. But it was well worth the wait. I remember those good times. It was all so simple, so easy. The children do love their sweets. So do I. I like lots of variety. Terry, Stuart, Peter, David, Susie. I hate that I didn't get all of their names. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. But I know the number 27. Those were such fun times. I will never forget. Not ever.
Ah, Billy. Nice to see you smiling. Glad you're so happy about your impending freedom. I'll say goodbye to the staff for you. Oh, do me a small favor, Billy. I'd like to see you clean-shaven tomorrow. That growth is so unflattering.
You scream, I scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Huh? What the hell was that?
Just a little rhyme Billy taught everyone while he was here. Rather cute, don't you think?
I don't find anything cute about that walking butcher.
I assure you, Detective. The psychiatrists have all agreed.
Screw your psychiatrists! That man's a freak! And if you think that sitting behind locked doors for 6 years is a cure, then you guys are even bigger idiots than I thought! What he did to little Amanda Jennings wasn't an isolated event! Over 20 kids disappeared from his town! I didn't see that in your report! You don't think he's cured! You're just too damned afraid to be around him anymore!
I'm sorry you feel that way, Detective. But you can punish him only when he's been convicted. You are familiar with the concept of law, yes? Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have patients waiting.
The law. It's something Detective Sam Burke understands far too well. In his 16 years on the force, it's been the only constant in his life. Rapists, junkies, wackos, murderers. He shared hundreds of evenings with all of them. Some nights gave positive results, others went deadly. He lost a partner to one of those. But through all the obscene situations he's been sucked into, Burke's never lost sight of what matters most. The law. To uphold and protect. To protect and serve. At all costs. He has never wavered.
Cripes.
Even to the point of feeling strangled by his own moral convictions. For the umpteenth time, he curses himself and his occupation. Morals have become only a career hazard. He's never made room for obstacles. Yes, he's courted the law. Unfortunately, it hasn't always been a blissful bed partner.
And in New York, Jeff Pittman, attorney for convicted child killer Billy Kincaid, was finally successful in his attempts to mitigate Kincaid's sentence. The original 22-year term was reduced to 10 years. That, combined with time off for good behavior and time served, make Bill Kincaid a free man tomorrow. It was nearly 8 years ago that a jogger in New York City found Amanda Jennings' body under the George Washington Bridge. The 8-year-old girl was the daughter of former Senator Paul Jennings. Jennings' high-profile extramarital affair tarnished his re-election bid a year earlier. Some sources felt that his more traditionally oriented former supporters and law enforcement gave the matter less attention than it warranted.
Believe me, it was one torrid love affair. Senator Jennings and Marla Fleet were the talk of the town during his re-election campaign. Voters didn't want to hear about budgets or taxes. They were more interested in the steamy details of how Senator Jennings swept the former Miss Universe off her feet, mix in an extremely vengeful wife, and the media had itself a feast for months. The story that made the rounds at the time, that the former senator's raging hormones led to less of an investigation of his daughter's death, is truly disturbing. These wags imply that while Jennings wasn't much loved while in office, the dry truth behind his downfall may have led to inadequate information reaching the interested parties. As a result, Billy Kincaid received a 22-year stretch instead of the life sentence without parole that the public so dearly wanted. Surprise, surprise! Kitty killer Kincaid free to walk the streets of the Big Apple. We've been favored with yet another awe-inspiring ruling as the courts allow this child murderer his freedom. After pestering the judicial system with his whining and appeals these past 5 years, Kincaid's lawyer finally got what he wanted. Another psycho ready to roam Central Park. Oh joy! Oh rapture! I feel safer already! Come on, folks! I hate repeating myself, but I'm not sure anyone's listening. Look at it the way I see it. Kincaid's lawyer did us all a favor. For the past 6 years, Billy's been hidden from us, but now we have an opportunity. I guarantee that he was a lot safer on the inside. My only wish is that someone breaks his back. Hello? Are you listening, Mr. Shadowhawk?
Queens. Night has enveloped a small suburban neighborhood. Among the homes swallowed by the darkness is Wanda Blake's. She is wife, businesswoman, mother. It's this last role that occupies her time now.
Oh, you poor little angel. Fell asleep right on top of your toys. I don't know where you get all that energy, but I never wanted a docile little girl anyway. Though at times it would be nice. Now your mommy and daddy can have some time together. There you go.
She stands at her daughter's cribside for nearly 10 minutes, smiling down at the child she thought she'd never have. Her only regret is that her baby is growing up very quickly. She prays she will remember this time, this joy. As she leaves the room, Wanda whispers a small wish.
Dream well tonight, my sweetheart.
I don't know why my blood boils every time I think of Kincaid. You'd figure I'd be over this guy after 6 years! But I've gotta tell you, Twitch, he did things to the Jennings girl that were beyond belief! Her teeth pulled out by pliers, and maggots dropped into her cuts, and... hell, you've seen the report.
Yes, sir. As you know, I have quite a large family. You ought to come by the house. My 7 children are very precious to me. What Kincaid did is unfortunate. However, his constitutional rights must be upheld.
Yeah, I know. I get reminded every time I walk through that door.
Well then, may I suggest, sir, that we simply keep a very close eye on Mr. Kincaid following his release.
You know that Chief Binks took a chunk out of me for that trip we took to the Wingy institution this afternoon. Doesn't want me taking out some personal vendetta on the taxpayer's nickel. Can you believe that? A friggin' senator's kid gets sliced into quarter-inch cubes and we can't be bothered? What's a psycho gotta do to get our attention anyways?
Like our friends in the legal profession, I pride myself on finding loopholes, sir. So I was wondering, if you're free after work for the next 2 weeks or so, if you'd like to join me in my new hobby, midnight stakeouts. Just a couple of pals doing a little male bonding in the same neighborhood. By coincidence, as a certain kid killer. What do you say, pal?
Twitch, I like your style!
Thanks, sir.
2 days later.
You scream, I scream. We both screamed for ice cream.
Mister!
Although she won't notice, today little Shirley Johnson will be getting served by a new vendor.
Hi. That sure is a pretty dress you have. So pretty that you get a free popsicle. Go inside the truck and get your favorite.
Really?
Sure. Take all you want. Get the best flavor.
Gee, thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I just love doing finger painting. It's all fun. But what's a party without a few friends. Maybe tomorrow we can go find us little male friend. Might liven the place up. What do you say?
What, sweetie? Boy, are you full of beans today. Hope you were a good girl for Mrs. Palmer. How was she today, Pam?
She's always good, Wanda. If I had more kids like her at this daycare, it'd sure make my life a whole lot simpler. You're gonna have to give me the recipe to those happy pills you give her.
I miss you, Mama. Yeah, we're very lucky. She's been such a good baby for us. Although to tell you the truth, when I found out I was pregnant, I'd have taken anything that came my way.
Well, you've both been great parents so far. Terry's been just an amazing dad.
Dad?
The name tears through Spawn's heart like a bullet. It's a name that he so desperately wanted to be called during his life with Wanda. Now he knows that will never happen. What makes it worse is that he can't blame the devil for this one. Even before his death, he'd been cursed. So he continues to watch from a distance as the woman he loves, his wife, plays gleefully with the child conceived by her current husband.
I'm gonna get you.
After a time, he retreats to a place where he spends his nights, lost among lost souls.
Oh no, you slay me. And that ain't even the funny part. When Johnny called me the destructor of society, I about peed myself. So I say to him, Johnny, old son, how can I bring down society when I can't even speak Japanese or French?
Tonight, these outcasts of the world have banded together for companionship. A few laughs, a few slightly exaggerated stories. When all the cheap wine has vanished and the fire has started to die out, these temporary friends huddle together for a few hours' rest, trying to escape the ghosts that haunt them. For a short time, sleep is almost a curse. Almost.
Cripes. Damn bum's blocking another alley. Always slowing us down. I got a robbery in progress and I can hardly see where I'm going. So I'm gonna run these losers out of town.
Jeez. Come on, George, slow it down a bit. You're driving like a lunatic.
Joey? Hey, Joey, come on, man. Stop kidding. Joey! God.
Holy, look what they've done to him. Those damn cops didn't even slow down. Plowed right through where he was lying.
I told him not to sleep under them boxes. But you know how Joey was. You couldn't tell him nothing.
This ain't got nothing to do with Joey. Them bloody cops don't give a crap about us. We ain't even worth breaking for before they run us down. Supposed to be protecting the law? Ha! They break the law every time no one's looking. And they ain't protecting us from squat. Them buggers call it justice. Well, look at this. Running down an innocent man trying to find warmth from the wind and letting this Kincaid fellow go after killing babies? This ain't justice. That's nuts.
Kincaid? Free? Already? It can't. Damn. Keep forgetting 5 years have gone by. Good. I won't lose out a second time. I remember Jennings hiring me to kill Kincaid. Said he couldn't stand to see his ex-wife suffer. Even though he wasn't with the government anymore. He knew what I was all about. $1 million for the hit. No one was to know about it. Nothing I couldn't handle. Figured I could retire a bit sooner from all the garbage I was dealing with at headquarters. Wanda and I would have been set for life. Unfortunately, Jennings still had plenty of enemy's information. By the time I located Kincaid, the cops had beat me to him. The sick part was that Kincaid was smiling more broadly than the cops. I didn't understand that. Why would he be laughing? Even during his trial, he had that sickly smirk on his face. When the judge put him away, he laughed again. Why? I found out 2 weeks later, in an abandoned shack in Northwest Virginia, were remains, multiple bodies, all kids, all so mutilated, we never did get a final body count. That shack belonged to Billy Kincaid. We had enough to get him 10 lifetime terms, but suddenly things started disappearing. Files, photos, containers. Finally, the shack where we found the evidence blew up. Not burned down, but blew up. Nothing was left. Our proof of untold deaths was gone. But the real kicker came later. My boss, Jason Wynn, told everyone involved to just drop the case. And they did. No questions asked. Jennings had some very powerful enemies. People who would hire a psycho to kill a little girl. It was only one of the 1,000 reasons why Wynn and I fought, so I put it on the back burner, biding my time. Meanwhile, I had nothing to show for my efforts. No case, no killer, no money. I could have used the cash. Man, the things I wanted to give Wanda. Instead, I caved in, turned the other way. I always said I'd find some answers. Now's the right time. I need a distraction from this craziness I've been going through. Something to stop this insanity.
So it begins. A new purpose has been given to the helter-skelter life of the Spawn. This former mercenary has a blemish on his record. He means to clean that up. Is it a decision born of logic? A dead man's affairs being put in order? No. This is the rationale of a hired gun who's back from the grave. With all that's wrong in his life, the only way to take his mind off things is with work. For an ex-government assassin, that means danger, fear, death. His adrenaline is pumping already.
It's too bad it took us a couple nights to track Kincaid down. The bugger's probably been scouting the neighborhood already. At least we'll get switched to the graveyard shift tomorrow. Ain't gonna be a heck of a lot of kids out at 2 in the morning.
Yes, sir. For tomorrow I've recruited one of my kids to walk up and down the block as a little bait for our good friend, Mr. Kincaid. The missus would kill me if she knew.
You know, Twitch, somehow this whole thing isn't quite right. We've got a killer living free, out on technicality, and I've got to sneak around trying to keep an eye on him. Even Senator Jennings.
Former senator, sir.
Whatever! Even the former Senator Jennings doesn't seem alarmed by this. No parents, no judges, no cops. No one's paying any attention to this. I'm not even married, let alone a friggin' parent, and I seem the most outraged by this. And I can't even vet my stupid morals! By the book. My whole career's been built on those 3 words. Yet here I am, hiding in the shadows!
Sir, all we can do is lead by example. That some people choose to follow bad examples isn't anyone's fault. For example, I have 7 children. If one of them turns out to be a criminal and the others don't, was I a bad parent? I'd like to think the answer is no. It doesn't mean I'm perfect, but I could at least say I tried my best. No more, no less. This stakeout is our way of doing our best.
We're not breaking the law, sir. We're just giving it a helping hand.
I hate nights. No sun, no kids, no fun. Tomorrow, I'll go out and play, but I need to find some excitement tonight. Now let me think.
He's at it again. It doesn't matter who he takes. He doesn't care whose kid it is. It could be anyone's.
Oh, Billy, that's a good one.
Even Wanda's.
What?
Sir. Looks like we have a visitor. A caped one, no less.
A cape?
It seems someone wants to play. Perfect timing.
Let's go! It's that mafia killer! What the hell is he doing here? Don't tell me he works with Kincaid!
Come out, wherever you are.
No more.
Hurry, Twitch! Get the door! I'll cover! Cripes, the chief's gonna kill me!
I scream. I scream. I scream.
What the?
Sweet mother! What's happening here? Check the house, now!
A quick search reveals evidence of another child's death.
Damn it, this is all wrong.
Later, at police headquarters.
Got enough stuff to put Kincaid away again. That pig'll fry this time. Now all we have to do is find him. And that Cape's freak. Don't know what his connection is, but I'm going to find out. Now we just have to get the chief to consent to letting us hunt Kincaid down. Circumstantial evidence doesn't really thrill him.
But if the chief doesn't go for it, are we on our own again, sir?
No! We do this by the book! I already bent the rules on our stakeout! I can't make any more exceptions!
Fortunately, some can.
Boys screamed, and girls screamed. So I made him scream, and scream, and scream. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and subscribe to become part of the House Simmons Army. Also, follow the Twitter for more updates. Malibolgia, just you wait.